The Secret Service is facing intense scrutiny following security breaches at a recent rally for former President Donald Trump. These lapses, which allowed unauthorized individuals dangerously close to the former president, have raised serious concerns about the agency's ability to protect high-profile figures. Reports indicate that standard security protocols were not followed, leading to a chaotic environment with potential for harm. Witnesses described a disorganized scene with inadequate crowd control measures, raising questions about the Secret Service's preparedness for such events. The severity of these failures cannot be overstated. The Secret Service is entrusted with the immense responsibility of ensuring the safety of the President and other dignitaries. Any lapse in security represents a significant threat and undermines public trust in the agency's competence. This incident has sparked outrage and demands for a thorough investigation to determine the extent of the failures and hold those responsible accountable. The safety of public figures, particularly in these politically charged times, is paramount, and any compromise is simply unacceptable. The House Oversight Committee launched an inquiry into the Secret Service's actions at the Trump rally. Director Kimberly Cheatle was summoned to Capitol Hill to address the committee's concerns.
Director Cheatle, can you explain why the standard security protocols were not followed during the rally?
We are conducting a thorough internal review to understand the lapses and ensure they do not happen again.
Lawmakers grilled Director Cheatle on the agency's security protocols and demanded a detailed explanation. They questioned the adequacy of the security planning and the competence of the agents on the ground. The hearing was tense, with lawmakers expressing frustration over the lack of transparency and accountability. Director Cheatle's testimony before the House Oversight Committee has done little to quell concerns about the Secret Service's security protocols. Her responses to lawmakers' questions have been characterized by many as vague and evasive, further fueling suspicions of a cover-up.
Despite repeated questioning, Director Cheatle failed to provide satisfactory explanations for the specific security lapses that occurred at the Trump rally.
Lawmakers expressed frustration with her lack of transparency and her reluctance to accept responsibility for the agency's failures. Critics argue that Director Cheatle's evasiveness is indicative of a deeper problem within the Secret Service, a culture of secrecy and a resistance to accountability.
The agency has a history of downplaying security breaches and protecting its own, rather than addressing systemic issues.
The lack of clear answers and accountability from Director Cheatle has only intensified calls for an independent investigation into the Secret Service. The public deserves transparency and reassurance that the agency entrusted with protecting the nation's leaders is capable of doing so effectively. Section 4, Public Outrage and Expert Analysis. The security failures at the Trump rally have sparked widespread public outrage and condemnation. Citizens are appalled by the Secret Service's inability to protect a former president, raising serious questions about the agency's competence and commitment to public safety.
Social media platforms have been flooded with expressions of anger, disappointment, and fear. Many are calling for the resignation of Director Cheatle and a complete overhaul of the Secret Service. The incident has eroded public trust in the agency, leaving many wondering if anyone is truly safe.
Security experts have also weighed in, expressing deep concern over the incident and its implications.
They argue that the failures at the Trump rally are not isolated incidents, but rather symptomatic of deeper systemic issues within the Secret Service. The consensus among experts is that the agency is in dire need of reform. They cite a range of factors contributing to the decline in the Secret Service's effectiveness, including budget cuts, low morale, and a lack of accountability.
Section 5, National Security Implications and Erosion of Trust. The security failures at the Trump rally have far-reaching implications. The Secret Service plays a critical role in ensuring national security.
When the agency fails, it erodes public trust in the government. This erosion of trust can lead to increased polarization.
The incident raises concerns about handling future events. With the 2024 election approaching, scrutiny is high. The Secret Service must act to restore public trust. As Section 6, a call for reform. The recent events have highlighted the urgent need for comprehensive reform within the Secret Service. To regain public trust, and ensure the safety of the nation's leaders, the agency must address the systemic issues that have plagued it for years. This includes increasing accountability, boosting morale, and securing adequate funding. Only through meaningful and sustained efforts can the Secret Service restore its reputation and fulfill its critical mission of protecting the country's highest officials.